Hello, everyone. Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review for Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, episode 31. This is Against the Judgment. And boy, let me tell you, what a fantastic episode. Even if we were away from our main characters for a little while, it is this show is so rich with cool characters that even when we're not focused on Ichigo and Yuhobak, we still managed to get out a fantastic episode. So we're gonna get into it. If you haven't seen the show, I will be going into spoilers, so make sure you have seen the show before you watch this. So we begin with where we left off last week, that end credit scene of Yuhobak absorbing the Soul King, right? And it all leads to this gigantic explosion. Alarms are going off in the R&D department. There's a huge wave of Ryatsu incoming, and it turns out to be a torrent of all the power of the Soul King as it starts going into Yuhobak. We see like these little creatures that are just like they almost look like little black ink blobs that are coming down, but they have teeth and they're trying to bite and destroy the Shinigami as they go back down the Soul Society. We see a very cool scene of a few of the lieutenants fighting them to try to, try to escape, but it is an overwhelming force. Now, from last episode, we knew that Aizen was being brought out from the prison, and he himself would just Aizen, only using his Ryatsu, just takes care of this whole torrent of power. So this is just to tell you, and Aizen's dialogue is very telling of saying, uh, "I can feel Yuhabak's power," and the fact that other people can't really do that just kind of lets you know that Aizen's level, how high it is, because they are working on that. So yeah, really, really interesting stuff. Shunsui is working on a plan with Urahara to build a gate to go to the Soul Palace because they have to do it. They have to do it before Yuobach completely controls the power of the Soul King. There's some really great animation. All the fight stuff, all the anime original stuff, like those little extra fights, getting to see some of the other Shinigami as they are running around, getting back to the R&D department. It's really, really good stuff. Now, Aizen says that we don't need to go up there. I can shoot down the palace. Before he's able to do that, some of the Quincy show up and they stop him. But of course, if you read the manga, you knew that this was coming. Bazz takes out the main Quincy and a couple of the Quincy that are left, including Bazz. Uh, they actually want to kill Yobak as well because he abandoned them. They feel like he abandoned them. Um, Another really cool thing that they kind of expanded on from the manga is that as Aizen is releasing his power to try to shoot down the Soul Palace, Mayori shows up with a device that he implanted on. So it's very cool because they explain that Mayori's goal was never to destroy or contain Aizen's Ryatsu. That was not his spirit pressure is too great. That was never going to happen. But what he can do is modulate it so that it stays close to his body, so that he can't do stuff like shooting down the Soul Palace. So after that, they all agree that there's a really cool scene of Shunsui calling in all the Shinigami. They need to lend their powers. It looks like the visors show up. They've been working for Urahara what's doing, getting preparations done. Mayori summons this like gigantic structure that looks gross because it's made out of kind of like CG, and it looks like a release of his Bankai. That little baby, like that little giant baby. So there's like hands and feet and toes everywhere. It's very, very disgusting design, but it's fantastic stuff thematically. So yeah, everybody gathers. There's an interaction between Aizen and Rukia that is just like, oh my god, like put me on the edge of my seat. But yeah, it's great stuff. So yeah, everybody's getting ready to go to the Soul Palace to try to stop the Quincy, including Jiobak and what's left of his royal guard. We do see that Ichigo has been healed by Orihime. We get a really funny moment with Khan as well. That's really fun to see him again. So yeah, our team is regrouping, and then as the episode is ending, we see that the Ichigo and Jorichi has been healed as well. So they need to get back up to the Soul Palace. They fell down to one of the platforms, and they realize that the only way to go is via a Garganta. So we see our Garganta open up, and it is none other than Grimjow. Now I have been waiting for Grimjow to appear for a while, for a minute for sure. So yeah, really cool stuff. I just really enjoy that. I love that Grimjow's back. We do see, I think there's a little after credit thing where Yubak feels like he's almost ready to drop in. But either way, uh, next episode is gonna be insane. You have all the Visors and the Shinigami and the Quincy, or yeah, the Soul Reaper Shinigami, the Soul Reapers and the Quincy and the Visors, and now we have some of the Arankar maybe coming through. Specifically, I know for sure Grimjow's coming through. They're all going after Yuobak and his the rest of his Quincy. So, how's that going to play out? One thing that was really interesting as well, that Ukitake is still alive, kind of at this moment, right? Mimihagi has not fully been absorbed by Yuobak at this moment, so that's a little bit different from the manga originally. So I think they're expanding that and maybe using that and restructuring all that storyline to explain some of the stuff that's going to happen later on. So very exciting stuff. Don't look ahead. Don't read the manga. Just enjoy the ride now with the anime. And then go back and read the manga later so you can see all the things that they changed, all the cool stuff that they've added, all the stuff with Soul Reapers here. Oh my goodness, it's been so cool. So there you have it. Another great episode of Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War arc. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.